Alright, one more. Go through the music. Because everything's notifying me that it's going live in waves. I want to make sure everything goes up.
We need to have a little mantra for the intro.
A little what?
Little mantra, so whoever's doing the intro will say the same thing. Here we are.
Are we live on Twitter?
Yep.
Okay, for the video on Twitter.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, gotta do due diligence.
I'm just waiting for a second for it to
Yeah, by the
Alright,
way, if my-
who's got intro duty today? Not me, not it.
I'll do it.
I was gonna
Somebody
say,
type-
shall
Somebody type in the topics in the sidebar. Type in the topics in the sidebar. I'll do the intro and introduce everybody.
It should be on, and swooshwa swoon.
Twitter's not live.
It won't be live on the bin page because Restream is greedy with their stuff. Hey Alex, how are you? Yeah, hit it, Cortez. Just intro
Okay.
your podmates.
All right.
Gosh.
Well,
All right.
welcome to the Ben Podcast. I am your wonderful co-host, Soul Reaper 24, Shay Cortez. To my right, we have the wonderful Wayne Maker.
How you doing,
Above
everyone?
him, we have the wonderful Charton, Mr. Bob,
I have been
Ryan. If I can say that
described
right, yeah, I said that wrong.
Yeah, no, but like, I've been
And
described in many ways, but this is the first time as lovely or fine.
the lovely, the fine, the wonderful Norseman. And last but not least, we have our wonderful production extraordinaire, Mikey, the road dog, Babbitt.
I have gas. Just want to break the ice. Everyone seems a little tense. I'm here to
Yeah.
break the ice. If I have to
Just
make
give it
fun
that-
of,
Just give it that fourth wall. Yeah, I've just farted.
good thing this isn't smell-o-vision. Am I right?
Today's episode,
What?
it's titled Too Little Too Late, and I think we all know what Too Little Too Late means. For the first topic of the day, we're going to tackle the situation with our government, Louisville, and how they're handling it. We're not tackling that.
No, we're not gonna do that on this show because we have too much of an international listenership for this show. So we're gonna do a town hall after this.
Wonderful.
No
That'll be
after.
on the town hall.
Yeah, no after show today. We're gonna do a town hall instead. I'll send out the famine signal, so everybody from all the corners of the internet, if they want to hop in and give their 2 cents, they'll be able to do that. So we can have a responsible conversation about it and not. I don't want to say bore our international listeners, but not everybody understands what everything's going on. So us doing that
Mikey,
here.
I just want to know what the famine signal looks like.
It's a skull and crossbones. It's like a Jolly Roger. They just put it on a cloud.
Yeah,
Wow.
And if you want to be in on the after show, you can send an email to Wayne's account at thebinpodcast.com. We'll make sure that you won't be there. No, you'll be there. I mean,
It's fake
That
news.
email address actually
Fake
works.
News.
There's the famine signal right there.
Oh, okay.
That email address actually works.
no, it
It's
doesn't.
got nothing to do with me. Because for one, I'm not a cunt.
Oh, here's a nice little icebreaker to warm us up for today. So the Deviants has been like my solo music act since I was like 16, right? Like I've always gone by the Deviants. I wrote it on everything. That's what I put on all my notebooks when I was bored in class, doodling. The Deviants. It's always been the Deviants. So I made the website. And
Well, the Deviants.
yeah, thedeviants.com, and I put my music up there. I had a blog on there. I had a whole thing. Don't go to that
He meant to
website
write
now.
Deviant, but he just wrote it wrong.
I was going to say, how did you manage to get over that web domain?
It's not. No one
Oh, no.
uses it.
I'd have thought someone would have had that.
No, it was available, so I had it for probably 3 years, like 4 or 5 years ago. So then I wasn't really driving any traffic to the site. It was kind of like a waste of money. So it was gonna expire, so I just let it expire. And then I met Neil the 604 Atheist and Randolph Richardson. And Randolph's like, yo, let me don't go to that site, Wayne. You should let me finish the story before you type it in. I'm just saying, let me finish the story before you type it in. So Randolph has this long like index of atheist content creators. I was like, oh, cool. He's like, can I put you on? I was like, oh, absolutely. He's like, well, what's your I'm gonna put your Twitter handle, your picture, a brief description, and if you have a website. I'm like, yeah, my website's on my Twitter. So it's right on the bottom there, thedeviants.com. He's like, oh, cool, awesome. That's super easy to remember things. And then I get the most polite email ever where he says, I'm not sure if your website has the content that's really useful for this. I'm like, it's just my music and blogs and stuff. He's like, no, it's not. You should go click on it. Either someone just randomly bought it or someone intentionally bought my old domain name, and it is gay black porn of the most heinous variety. I was like, oh lordy.
I knew that. I just thought that was your side project.
And I was like,
big fan of your work, by the way.
Didn't I try to
no longer unsee what I've just seen?
Didn't I just try to warn you, and then you just blatantly ignored me? Like, I just tried to warn you. So,
but Mikey, you're protesting too much. It kind of, maybe you still have shares in this particular domain name.
Sure, that's my thing. I love to just I just love to give a platform for gay sex. Like that's my journey. That's my choice. That's what I'm doing.
We're a progressive podcast, so why not?
Because I'm not pushing any sex, straight or gay. That shit. I was like, yo, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, yo, I don't know what happened with this website. I stopped paying for it years ago. So he's like, I'll just put your YouTube channel. I was like, let's just go with the YouTube channel. Because that I'm no longer associated to that website. Clearly. I mean, they didn't even ask me to come on and shoot a couple scenes. You know what I'm saying? They just, like, I could have been the eye candy in the window that they could never get. Like, no. They just took over my site. They just took over my site and put up their filth.
You sound very disappointed.
I feel like they should have had to buy it from me. Right? Like, I feel like they should have been like, hey, here's 10 grand. Can we have the deviants.com? I'm like, absolutely, for 10 grand. But they didn't even say nothing. They just waited for me to not have anymore. Or someone is like a super asshole and decided that they're going to buy my old domain name and then have it, what's it called? Transfer over to a site of their choosing. Because the site that pops up is not the deviants.com up top. It's just a redirect. To gay porn.
But you keep announcing the domain name and you keep talking about
I've already explained what it is. If people like it, I can say okay. So if I say the word pain wars,
no one's judging you. This is a safe space. This is a safe space.
Okay.
It's okay.
So if I say the word pain wars, that means I want everybody to go watch Pain Wars. Like, just Google Pain Wars.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, you'll look it up later. Why don't you pull it up right now? Come on, Wayne.
No, I'm not doing that.
No, what's wrong?
You've already done me once, and that was on my work iPad. I ain't doing that again.
What part of warning do you miss?
No, but I've stopped Googling stuff, mate, because after the last program that we did, that was not pleasant.
You have to delete them cookies.
Yeah,
like my browser history.
Gotta get rid of that.
It's nothing but Babe Station and Fake Taxi.
No, well, I can't really remember. What was it? Was it WAP? Was that what was?
No, it was Pog.
Yeah, it was Pog.
Yeah.
Ask me
what Pog was. Wow.
Excellent, Alex.
Oh Oh,
So I think we're gonna kick off with a tribute because we did the show on Thursday and RBG passed on Friday, so we haven't had a show since then. And also Brenna is not with us. She is a working girl. She's out there making all the money. That doesn't mean what you think it means, Wayne.
No, maybe you should clarify then.
I'm not gonna start with you. I'm not gonna start with you. Wayne is spicy today, and I won't have any of it.
Spicy every day, man.
Do
Paprika.
they have Malox and like
in the UK?
Abysmal where you are, Wayne?
It's spicy. Indigestion.
So
yeah, I was gonna say, that takes care of that.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg was all right. Let's just.
What a stunning tribute we're giving to this amazing woman.
Really, man?
Sorry, you just asked me if I was spicy, so
I feel like she was a champion of pushing the country forward.
For sure.
And there are some things that she wasn't a perfect individual, as none of us are, but she did a lot to move the country out of the Stone Ages. And even though she might have been a dinosaur herself in the long run, she did everything she could to continue us moving in the right direction.
I think that what I wanted to do is I was going to just introduce her a little bit because I don't know if all of our international listeners know who she is, and it might be good that we actually do a bit of an introduction. So I'm just going to read a little bit from her Wikipedia page. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was an American jurist who served as an associate justice of the Supreme Court of the United States from 1993 until her death in 2020. She was nominated by Bill Clinton and was generally.
Oh my God, Belch, man, Belch! You got it trapped in there. It's she's just gurgling.
So yeah, at least I muted my mic when I did that.
Still there at the time of her nomination. She eventually became part of the liberal wing of the court as the court shifted to the right over time. Ginsburg was the second woman to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court after Sandra Day O'Connor was the first Jewish woman to serve on the court. During her tenure, Ginsburg wrote notably majority opinions, including United States versus Virginia, Olmsted versus LC, Friends of the Earth Incorporated versus Laidlaw Environmental Services in 2000. So, short.
She's a big deal, and she's always been one of the strongest protectors of the pro-choice movement. Like, she's been big in rebutting the Republicans trying to take over women's uteruses, one pussy at a time. And she wasn't having it.
Yeah, but she also was one of these amazing people who never fell into the trap of tribalism, where she looked at the law and tried to do the right thing, not based on political ideals or her own personal opinions, but from the standpoint of what should the president of the law be.
Right.
And that takes a big person to do that, to put all your personal opinions aside to do what's right.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I knew everything or much of. Sorry, go on.
But look at the bright side. At least Merrick Garland is going to get his nomination now.
Yeah, I mean, the speed at which they're trying to replace her is unreal. Unreal.
A month before an election.
Unreal. Because 1,000 times before, the Republicans jumped on Obama for trying to replace Scalia. Or was it Scalia? Yeah.
For a year and a half.
That's too soon. And now it's literally 45 days until everybody votes and he's trying to replace him.
And what I love is Lindsey Graham, even in his statement, says, "Use my words against me." Okay, then, motherfucker, we will. But he's like, "Oh no, it's different now. It's different now."
Yeah, but how is this a surprise? There's this video clip of Mitch McConnell actually saying that if there is a seat, we'll fill it, even on an election year.
Yeah. Which is why.
So, like,
Go ahead. Sorry.
no, but like, they're not even being secretive about their fucking hypocrisy, right?
No, because the thing is, Trump has set the precedent for hypocrisy. So they're all like, "Oh, if he can do it, fuck it, we'll do it as well." That's exactly what's going on. Exactly what's going on. And people like Lindsey Graham, who overtly said, "No, use my words against me because we're not having this happen." And yet, what's changed in the last 3 years since he said that? What's changed? The only thing that's changed, in my opinion, is he sees that the American right are more forgiving of that kind of behaviour, because if it suits their need, then it doesn't really matter. I don't matter what you said 2 minutes ago; it's fine. And a friend of mine, he's got a really good way of putting this, and he says, they're calling a coin flip, but they're saying heads and tails at the same time. So whatever way it lands, oh yeah, I called that. That's what it should be. And regardless of anything that they've said before, it doesn't matter, because as long as they win, it doesn't matter.
Right. That's the only thing that they care about is winning. And it's politics as usual around here, which is disgusting.
100%.
Disgusting.
Yeah, and there's an election coming up, and of course, you're going to have a peaceful transition of power as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, because everything's pretty quiet in America at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're doing good.
You guys heard what he said yesterday, didn't you? I mean,
yeah. Why do you think I framed it like that?
Yeah. This man literally
segue.
said, they asked the president if he was to lose, would there be a peaceful transition of power? And he basically gave them a no comment, but I'm gonna have to decide about that later.
He basically did this.
Yeah.
Live googling again.
For those that didn't see that, I did a wink to the camera.
There, for the people just in the audio only. Wayne, put that away. You're not getting on the website like that. Stop it.
I'll end up on that Deviants.
No, but I actually just listened on this on my way home from work, and let's see if we can find exactly what he said. Yeah.
You trying to find the video of it?
No, I can't do that.
Right now, Charton is finding the transcript of what Trump has said.
Oh,
Again,
God.
for the audio listeners.
Yes, and I've got it here.
Oh, God. He's going to read Trump. This is going to hurt me.
He doesn't. Come on, let's hear a Norwegian Swede do a Trump accent. Come on.
No, we're not doing that.
Yes, we are. Yes, you're not too fucking cool. You're doing it.
No, it's not about that. Fucking just trying to read this is like having an ongoing stroke, okay?
That's the challenge. That's the challenge.
So actually trying to make a voice while you're having a stroke is just not happening, mate.
Yeah, you got this. I believe in you.
No, I seriously can't do it. So, but what he said is, well, no, I'm just gonna have like.
So far, so good. So far, so good.
100% accurate so far.
To see what happens. He fucking sounds retarded, man.
It's working fine. The views are through the roof.
Like that. But yeah, you know that I've been complaining very strong about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster. Get rid of the ballots, and you'll have there won't be a transfer, frankly. There will be a continuation. The ballots are out of control. Like, is he for real having a stroke while he's saying this?
I don't know. Like we don't have to go to the stroke route. This motherfucker just admitted that he ain't going because the ballots are fake. If he loses. But if he wins, he's gonna say, "Oh, looks like we got rid of the fake ones." Like he's not gonna leave if he loses, and if he wins, it's because he won fair and square.
Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, heads I win, tails you lose.
Yep. If I lost, you cheated.
If I won, it was fair.
Yep.
Yeah, but this is a new thing. Like, do you remember what he said after the 2016 election, where he was claiming that was rigged and all of that, and then they asked him, "But don't you think that there was tampering with the election?" He's like, "I don't care now because I won."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But,
this isn't a new thing.
It's not a new thing. It's just going back to my earlier point about Lindsey Graham, knowing that the political right will allow them to get away with anything as long as they win. It doesn't matter. And if they lose, it was rigged. If they win, see, we're the best. So it's like a circular firing squad. It don't matter what happens. The result is inevitable. It doesn't matter.
I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a good country. I'll be on the moon or Mars. And it was like, oh, there's no oxygen. I'm like, yeah, but
you're gonna be like, what's his name? That geezer from Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan, sitting on the moon on your Todd.
Making a pyramid.
Yeah. I mean, he was on Mars.
I can go to Mars. It's a little bit longer. It's about a year and a half to get there, but that's fine.
Then he was on Europa.
No, I can't go there. Radiation will knock me out.
Good fucking segue. While we're talking about TV series, we need to talk about The Boys.
Is everybody caught up? Wayne.
Not watched one episode.
Fuck, man.
What? We're watching an episode. As soon as the show is over, we're watching an episode. What the hell is wrong with you?
Jesus Christ.
It's amazing.
I've seen that series 2 is advertised, but I've not even seen series 1. So
you had a week.
It's okay.
You know
We're not
what's
gonna
happen. If you don't watch it, I'll bollocks you.
All right. Let me tell you something. I'm full-time working. I'm full-time dadding. I'm full-time adulting. Yeah.
But we need you to have part-time fun, and in that fun, you're gonna watch.
Right. I'm gonna stick it on my thing now. Hang on a minute. I've got to quickly.
I gotcha. There we go. He's got things to do. But yes, The Boys. Well, you know what? Hey guys, he's not here. We can talk about The Boys. He can't hear us.
This is true. He can't hear us.
But we don't want to give away too many spoilers for the new stuff because I hate it when shows do that. So
we're going to talk about season 1.
Yeah, let's talk about season 1. Charton, you're caught up, right?
Yeah. Dude,
start in episode 1.
I just watched that the other day with a couple of buds, and let me tell you, I forgot how cute Homeboy's girlfriend was. I was like, oh, look at Allison. I think that was her name. Yeah, Allison is bad. Until A-Train happened, and then she was just a puddle on the floor.
A-Train, what? Matt Bloom?
Oh shit, he's back. Can't talk about the show now.
No, it was Allison.
I thought that was her name.
Oh, dude.
Is that her name? No,
it's not. Her name is. A second.
I think it's Allison.
It's not Allison. You're wrong.
It's probably Allison.
It's not.
I'm leaning towards Allison.
You are wrong. But I just can't.
I mean, if you can't prove me wrong, then we're both. Then neither one of us know. You know what I mean? Like we're both just out here speculating at best. But Robin. That's what I said.
No, it wasn't.
It's fine. It's recorded, dude. It's recorded that I said Robin several times.
You weren't even close.
I got sun.
I mean, on the playback, he will be.
Son,
Right,
you
I'll
got
be.
the end, in the end, right? That's the
Yeah,
only fucking letter you got right.
nailed it.
On the playback, it'll be fine.
Yeah, when I edit this shit up, it's gonna be Robin. Yeah, her name is Robin. I'm pretty sure her name is Robin. It'll just be cut in there so smoothly that no one will be able to tell.
No, there it is. Idris.
Wayne,
But
what am I gonna do if you don't catch up? Say it.
Drink it.
Say it.
You're gonna bollocks,
Say
mate.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick a reminder to watch The Boys because I've got Amazon Prime, so I ain't really got an excuse.
it's you'll be mad at yourself that you waited, but you'll be happy that you waited because you'll have like
You have more episodes.
12. You'll have like 12 episodes to watch. So
Well,
you're
the
like,
thing is with
ooh,
my insomnia, I'll just binge watch it. So
That's what I did.
yeah.
That's what Mike did too.
Well, no, not for the first season. I was watching every week because that and Carnival Row were out on Amazon.
Oh yeah,
And they were
that's right.
amazing. Back to back action. But we need to. All right, Wayne, that's your homework for this week is to try to get as caught up as you can so we can talk about it next week. And Brenna, if you're listening somewhere,
We hope you are.
Michael bollocks you.
You got to catch up too.
To say, well, woman.
It's not appropriate to say at all. It doesn't make any sense.
It's basically like saying Mike's going to teabag you.
They were just using insert Australian word here. Like they didn't even use it right. It's okay. You'll understand when you watch it.
Yeah, Australian word, Wayne. Australian.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh, it really ain't. It really ain't. We invented Australia.
You invented everything, but you guys suck at everything.
Exactly.
Well, they
You
take
guys are
credit
like
for
people
everything.
who-
It's pretty much everything is made by a Scotsman, but as soon as he's a
You know what
fucking
they are?
The
British.
The British are just bad landlords.
worst.
The worst landlords. They get bought out by everybody. And then people make the place better. And then they're sitting there like, you guys didn't want to live here when we owned it. No, because it smelled and it had rats.
Yeah. Kay in the chat said something very awesome. Was unsettled by was unsettled by Simon Pegg's American accent. I forgot about that until I rewatched episode 1 yesterday, and I was like,
Yes.
holy
Yes,
shit,
he's
that's
serious
good.
He's his dad.
It's better than his bloody Scottish accent in Star Trek.
Yeah, that is a fucking up.
It
It's
was
an abomination.
that dude sounded like he was from fucking Cleveland. Like he sounded very American. I was like, damn.
Simon Pegg. Yeah, Simon Pegg.
He killed that. He smoked that. Like his American accent is better than Hugh Laurie's, which is pretty fucking good if you're talking about like a nor'easter kind of like up in that Boston-y area.
I would have thought that Hugh Laurie would have been from like somewhere in Massachusetts when he was on House.
Didn't Idris Elba have to do an American accent for The Wire?
Yeah, but it was bad.
Yeah, it was real bad.
He wasn't. He didn't nail it. He didn't commit.
He kept sounding like a Brit. Even though
He needs to stay as Big Driss. That's it.
Kept
American
fading in and
accent, fuck that.
Just stay as Heimdall.
All right.
Oh, definitely.
What's next on the menu, Charton? I guess this
I
piece.
don't know, because you haven't posted. it to
Hey,
Discord.
did you know that the guy that replaced Heimdall is Billy Butcher?
Yeah, that's the
Urban?
yeah. He's the writer of Rohan.
Yeah. Yeah, in the movies. Yeah.
Yeah, he's also in The Boys.
Yeah, he's proper good.
There's a lot of cameos in The Boys,
He was
by the
also
way.
Grim Reaper in Doom.
And who was in Doom?
Dwayne Johnson.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
Dune.
Rock the
Dwayne
Dwayne.
right.
Rock the Dwayne.
Rock the Dwayne Johnson.
See? Same.
No, you can't do the eyebrow thing?
No, of course not. I'm not a freak.
I can do it.
Oh, look at y'all. Y'all were
Y'all
never,
can't do it.
y'all were never put in detention then. Because you learn how to do a lot of stupid shit in detention, and learning how to do the people's eyebrow was one of them.
Do you know how
Alright.
stupid detention really was?
No, because we come from a civilized country, so we don't have
Yeah.
detention. We don't.
Detention is so stupid.
Behaving in school, we don't do that.
Yeah, we just got a nasty
just
letter
think
home
about-
to your parents. Then your parents beat the
Just think
shit
of the
out of you.
concept. Think of the concept of detention, how stupid it is. You're in here to learn, and you don't want to learn, so they put you in a place where you're not learning.
They're just
Yeah, sounds logical.
warming you
Yeah,
up
but-
for the prison system.
Basically.
Exactly. Let's get you stamping them number plates properly, boy.
And you know what's funny? In high school, every time I got detention, I never showed up. And then they said, "Well, why didn't you show up?" I was like, "Because I have a real job. I don't have a job babysitting teenagers in a classroom by myself."
For 2 hours.
Well, because you didn't show up, you're suspended. I was like, "Sweet, that gives me more time to work." I appreciate that. So I would just kept getting 1-day suspensions because they would give me detention. I just wouldn't go.
And you showed them delivering them pizzas.
I was
Oh,
a
Mikey.
teenager, ass clown.
No, your 1-day suspensions were hilarious.
To our Discord yet?
Have I done
He
what
got
to
like
the
a
what?
1-day suspension like once a month.
Because I'm fucking sleepy because I was working damn near full time and going to high school. So I slept in a couple days and then they said, "Well, you're suspended." I was like, "That's amazing. I am exhausted." I appreciate that.
God bless America.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but like, it's a hard job driving out pizzas and stuff like Mikey's still doing. It's a good thing you moved on, mate.
You know what? I didn't want to say this, but I'm glad that you forgot to order that cable. That's what you get, you cunt. You've been rubbing your fucking new gear in my face all week. Charton has gotten some new gear, and he was ba 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 ba. I have this. Ba 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 ba. I have that. And the fucking wanker forgot to buy the adapter, so he can't use it. He can't use his shiny new toy.
Yeah.
He got himself Stormbreaker, but without the handle.
He's just standing there with the.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, go ahead. Plug it in. With what? Plug it into nothing.
He was
Yeah,
out in
like-
the back garden in the forge.
And I promise you, last night is the last time I'm fucking using Facebook to try to get help from anybody. Because everybody was a fucking comedian.
I didn't tell any jokes. That was just Wayne.
I just told you I had 4 of them. You asked the question, does anyone have one of these? I've got 4. You asked the question, I answered it. What do you
Yeah, I
want?
thought like I didn't have to explain the fact that I wasn't wondering if somebody had one that I
I
could
thought you were
borrow.
doing a survey.
Yeah, but it's more about you than about my post, mate. Fucking hell.
Okay, what was the question? Does anyone have one of these handy?
Yeah, and then I thought like everybody understood that fact that I needed one. So if you had one, could I borrow it? That I didn't have to fucking spell it out, feed it to you with a fucking spoon.
I took it as a literal statement. Sorry,
Sound-
mate, I took you at
sound-
your word.
Sounds ungrateful. Even if I had one, I wouldn't give it to you.
Yeah,
I'd take the last one I had and I'd break it right in front of
yeah.
Don't need it now.
you.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Showing off again. Look at my stuff. Look at my stuff.
I mean, someone else did the same thing when they got a gold microphone, but I'll leave that for another day. He just strokes it slowly. Just slowly pets it. Don't you worry about them. Don't you worry about them, Goldie.
Don't you listen to them, Goldie.
It's just me.
Nasty boys.
You don't have to listen to them. You just listen to me.
It's disturbing on a whole new level, mate. Fuck me.
That's where we got to be. And speaking of
Yeah.
getting, what if you want to get disturbed on like a specific tier? Is there a place that people can go to get patois?
Patron.
You got to do the wrist.
Patreon.
Patreon. Ooh la la. Hit it,
But what you
Jack.
do, oh, sweet swash whoosh.
Sweet swash whoosh.
Jesus, Brenner.
What we need to fuck off.
Brenna, your beard's out of control.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to support what we're doing here and you want to see well, we're still going to keep on doing it. So that was just a blatant fucking lie. If you like what we're doing here and you want us to keep progressing, keep buying new shit and new gear, please go into patreon.com/thebane podcast and give us all your monies. No, not really.
Yes, really.
But just, yes, really. We got tiers from $1 up to $100. Please do not give us $100 because that means that I'll
Please
probably
give us $100.
have to do something.
Do
We
it.
haven't really figured out what we're doing for the $100 one, but
Oh, we have ideas. We haven't told you about them, but there's
I know.
plans in motion.
We have
Yeah,
livestock
it's cool.
ready.
Our $100 tier is called the Chicken Show, by the way.
Dr. Emma is our liaison in these matters.
Yes, but for only $1, you can get a lot of special content, a lot of Patreon specials, and all of that. And of course, you'll get some special treats like. I'll go get these now.
Oh, hello. Is it a big reveal?
Uh-oh. He's got a giant floppy. Oh, it's stickers.
I've ordered stickers that we will be sending out to all our existing Patreons and, of course, all our new ones. We have a Spreadshirt site coming up where you can order merch, which is going to be amazing. So if you want a t-shirt with our ugly faces on it, we will be posting that link shortly. But first and foremost, please go to patreon.com/thebinpodcast. Put your pledges in. We really appreciate it and help us build what we're trying to do here.
You got to read the people.
Oh yeah, fucking hell. Sorry.
And before you do that,
yeah, but this is very nice stint. But our patrons at this, as of right now, are Richard, Kristen, Austin, Puffalopagus, Stuart, Kat, David, Miss Nana, and Ricky.
Old Ricky. Ricky Bobby.
So, and there's one more thing that we really want you to do. We want you to go into youtube.com/thebinpodcast, subscribe to our page, like, subscribe, comment, share, and just make sure to get out there to as many people as possible. We'd really appreciate it, and thank you.
True. One thing I will say is if you guys could leave some comments, if you guys go back and watch a show, just be like, I watched the show. Just say anything. Because we do get random comments every once in a while. It's like, hot nurses fight COVID, link below. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? And luckily I have like all my notifications set up.
That was me.
I'm talking, the porn bots are everywhere on YouTube. So just, if y'all could just throw some stuff in there so not all of our comments are just porn bots.
Says the founder of the Deviants.
Yeah, and on that note, Mikey, can you please stop deleting the porn bot comments?
No, they didn't want to fucking pay me for my website. They don't get shit. They should have thought about that before they took my domain name.
Wow.
Or maybe that's their plan. It's like, if you want this domain name back, now you got to pay us.
Pay until I can copy paste, mate.
I'm Mikey and I'm very bitter. I want my money.
By the way, everybody should go to We the Deviants.
No.
That's not a website, thank God. Like I said, I'm no longer attached to that shit. That's somebody else's problem now.
Wow.
Or maybe it's not a problem. It's a budding community over there. A lot of opportunities popping up here and there.
Definitely something popping.
They're really at the thrust of the conversation.
Oh, stop.
They do backbreaking work over there. Backbreaking work.
Oh, this is just a tip.
I've heard that people get their minds blown over there. Just so riveting.
Bollocks.
There's some bollocksing going over there.
Your head up your ass doesn't mean everybody else does.
Or it would even fit.
Can we please move on?
This went off the rails quickly.
Well, we don't have Brenna here to rein us in.
Yeah.
And you still haven't posted a roadmap, you dumb bastard.
We talked about the roadmap. We've gone through the roadmap.
I don't remember what I did last Tuesday. Why would you think that I remember what we talked about 5 minutes ago, mate?
I don't know.
I'm like a goldfish. I turn around once and I forgot what I was doing.
Goldfish probably have no idea how long they've been in that bowl.
Oh, look at the kitty.
By the way, how did they figure that out?
Put them in a
The
bowl?
goldfish's memory. Did they say, hey, here, Goldie, come here. Your name's Goldie, all right? Remember that? Yeah, all right, Gov. Yeah, I got that. He swims around the bowl a little bit. Hello, mate, you all right? Do you remember your name? Who? What are you? I don't know what you're talking about. How do they figure out a goldfish has got a memory of a second? What is that about?
So because you didn't watch The Boys, you don't understand the deep. And some people have superpowers where they can talk to animals, especially animals in the water.
I've seen Dr. Dolittle, you mug.
Well, there you go. He talked to him.
Yeah.
Did we see his interview with the goldfish? Because if not, I mean, Amazon, if you're listening, I'd pay that.
Mikey. Charton can speak to chickens.
See?
I've never claimed I can speak to chickens.
He soothes them before penetration.
Oh, I'm not going there with you. Have fun on that ledge, mate. Have fun on that ledge. Not going there.
The views and opinions of Mr. Win are the views and opinions of Mr. Winmaker and does not reflect the views of the other people participating on this live stream.
General laundry. Announcements. Like we said a couple weeks ago, starting January 1, 2021, we will no longer be streaming on Facebook. We're going to go exclusively on Twitch and YouTube. The reasons for that are Facebook's been acting like a bunch of dirty bastards lately. They don't promote our show very well, and a lot of people like to watch things that are controversial in nature, but they don't want their direct Facebook attached to them. They're like a little level of anonymity, which I can respect. So Twitch and YouTube affords that luxury to those people. Kiss Me Quick says fish can remember things up to 3 months. See?
How do they know that?
They just remember where something is, maybe. They come back to it again.
She's all bollocks.
But yeah, Facebook's not great for us. It's easier for some people, but not enough people for us to continue potentially doxing people. So we don't want to do that to them. But
they just want to graft the money out of us as well.
That is true. But
promote
please,
your show, promote it.
Yeah, promote your show, or else we're gonna stifle your shit so nobody fucking sees it ever. Yeah, they just fucking bury you in the algorithm unless you pay them, and that's not really the model we're after. Oh, I got a topic after this. So please, youtube.com/the bin podcast. We got 100 subs, so now we got the little slashy thing, so we can actually name our URL. 103, nice. And twitch.tv/the bin podcast. And that's fun too, because you can do like subscriptions. We can give you guys cool stickers and all that stuff. It's a very content creator friendly platform, because we'll actually see the money from the things that you guys put in there, as opposed to Facebook, where they just take our content and stream it out to people, get people watching their app, and we get nothing for it. So we want some fucking pieces of the pie too. And that brings us to the next point. Hello, my baby. I have tacos al pastor in the microwave for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Can I just do a quick shout out to the guys at Going In Raw? I'm one of their moderators. It's twitch.com/Stephen Larson. They did a 24-hour stream. They allowed me to come in and help out with their stream, and they also allowed me to plug our podcast on their stream. So I just want to say thank you to the guys for allowing me to do that. Our little fledgling channel, we're getting there. We've got our training wheels on, but we're definitely making waves. So thanks to Stephen Larson for allowing that little plug that we managed to get in.
Stephen Lars.
Okay. Any other housekeeping things before I bring up something I just thought of?
Please let us have a piece of your mind.
Let me tell you. So I talked about this the other day about Spotify and about Joe Budden. Did you guys go back and watch and listen to any of that I posted in the thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Joe Budden doing one, basically.
Yeah. What are right, wrong, kind of right, kind of not right? What do you guys think about that?
What, as in
About his
leaving
stance?
Spotify?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I make him right. 100%.
What about you, Charton?
Oh, I fucking hate Spotify, man. They're robbing creators like of music and all that. They're the biggest fucking streaming platform in the fucking world for music and podcasts and all that, and they pay fuck all. The only reason they paid Mr. Joe Rogan 100 million or something is because they know it's going to be pulling people into their platform and it's going to be beneficial for them over a period of time. But they never give anything back.
Have you seen the backlash by Spotify staffers?
What up, East?
Nope.
Yeah.
Spotify staffers are basically not happy with his sort of his transphobic approach to certain subjects. He had a very controversial guest on this week, who I'm not a massive fan of. He's an English guy.
Are you talking about Joe Rogan or Joe Rogan, or are you talking about Joe Rogan or Joe Budden?
Joe Rogan.
Okay, I didn't hear the Rogan part. Sorry, I was like, okay. He didn't have a show this week.
No, there's been a backlash against Joe Rogan from Spotify staffers. They want to have more editorial control because of the stuff that he came out with. He had Douglas Murray on, who is the author of a book called The Madness of Crowds, which is very controversial. And he talks about how these, like the woke kind of status, people who are not woke, people are not getting on the knee, how they're ridiculed and castigated by the woke people. So it's basically saying you follow us or you're ousted. And they were talking about the trans subject, which, I mean, the trans subject is very nuanced in itself, yeah, very controversial.
Well, I don't. Let me push back. Let me just push back on that. There is no trans issue. There have always been. No. I'm not. Hold on. I'm not attacking. I'm not attacking. I'm not attacking you. I'm just stating a point. You don't have to defend yourself. I'm not attacking you. There has always been. There will always be trans people among us. Everyone knows somebody who's trans almost at this point. Almost everybody. So the fact that people want to call things a trans issue, like the trans problem that we have, they're not a problem to be solved. They're fucking citizens and humans, your fellow fucking neighbors. Like when not minding your own business goes wrong. Like, what the fuck do you care what someone identifies as? Learn their fucking pronouns and just say it.
Caveated it with the air quotes.
Yeah. This wasn't at you. I was just saying, but people do talk about the trans issue and things like that. And I think that's so fucking ridiculous. That's like, so what are you going to do about the black problem? It's like, what do you mean the black problem? We don't have a fucking problem. And trans people don't have a fucking problem. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just living. So they're not an issue to be solved, if that makes any sense.
But that was the hang up that reportedly the Spotify staffers had, because it was spoken about in such a flippant way, as in, if you don't agree with this, what is apparently woke, then you're a wrong'un, or you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're transphobic. And that was what sort of spurred the Spotify staffers to sort of have a little backlash against Joe Rogan, and to say that maybe we need some more editorial control. Maybe we need to be able to cut certain things out, because granted, they've paid for this showpiece guy, but at the same time, they don't want to damage their brand. but it goes totally against what they were saying in this particular episode, in the sense of, oh, we get shut down if we say certain things. Well, yeah, if it damages the brand and you're being paid by that brand, then I think they should have some editorial control.
Well, I think, but that was kind of like in the writer of his contract, and that's what Joe Budden did. Is he said, number one, you're not putting any ads in here. You're not telling me what to do. This is our show. If you want us here, that's fine. We'll take your little itty bitty piece of money that you're offering us, and then, but you're not going to control anything. And they had deep, long talks, I guess, in between scenes or whatever, like off the air, the boys in the podcast about, well, should we actually do this? Like, no, we're going to do the 2-year fucking deal our way, and we'll see what the numbers show.
Yeah, but
what if?
give me a second, all right? So here's the deal, right? If you buy a show to stream on your platform, and this is not like the first time that Joe Rogan has said stupid ass fucking shit. I can't stand the fucking guy. You bought the show. You knew what was in it. Are you now entitled to start censoring that show just because you don't like what he's been saying all along?
And that's something I think we're kind of, because the whole exclusivity of like big networks buying and like doing contracts with podcasters, that's a tricky thing, because like if you're a record label and you're over the top of a musician, that's one thing. But what do you say to a podcaster? You know what I mean? Like the reason I'm here is to say what I want to say. Like, I'm here to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And if that brings popularity to your platform and you make money from that, cool. I want this much of it. Like, that's the contract. So I don't know that you can write in, and also I have to control what you say.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree with that, and it's also this really weird thing that I just don't get on board with this shit. That like if you, this is not 1962 where you had 2 fucking radio channels that you could listen to and they were sponsored by the government, right?
Yeah.
This is 2020, and you don't have to. If you don't like Joe Rogan, you don't have to listen to him.
Correct.
So, if you don't like what he's saying and you don't want to listen to him, just don't fucking listen to him.
So, if you're out at Elon Musk and you want to buy the BIM podcast, we'll say the fuck what you want us to say. It's fine. Just give us the money.
That is fucking facts. Big facts. Elon, if you want to fucking dump a couple mil into the bin, literally, we will dance and sing.
Great ideas for a rocket that can take a lot of people.
We'll promote your struggling car models. You know, we'll drive them around with the BIN podcast. We'll have a Tesla, all kitted out with BIN branding on it. We'll drive it around all over everywhere. So we cover all of Europe.
Speaking of the Teslas, they're coming out with a new Tesla that is going to be completely EV and under 25 grand.
I don't need to.
And it won't be sold in Europe.
Oh, that's too. Well, 25 grand is like pocket change to you guys. What's up, David?
Yeah, but we have standards when it comes to vehicles, you know.
Yeah, our cars are cheap and they break constantly. It doesn't really pan out for us in the end.
Nope.
Yeah, but that's because you get a thing called built-in obsolescence. What's the point in selling something if it's not going to break within 5 years?
That's why there's still like 1984 Honda Civics driving around. They've had one oil change, and that was in '93, and they're just impossible to kill.
Exactly.
Dude, we know your old car is on Craigslist and you want to buy it back, but come on.
I hate everybody.
Like, did anyone ever see that Top Gear episode where they said, why do terrorists always drive around in Toyota pickups from the 80s? Because they're indestructible.
You can't hurt them.
This footage of these guys with like AK-47s in the back of like Toyota pickups driving around Afghanistan. Yeah, we're going to call some shit.
You know You're not fucking with it. Didn't they try to kill one on that episode? Like they blew it up. They ran other cars into it. They put it on top of the demolition building. Like you're not killing a what do y'all call them? The
It's a Toyota. I think it's a Hilux.
Hilux is what you guys call them. They're Tacomas over here.
Okay. Yeah. And the thing is, after that one where they done the demolition, they got in it, put the key in, started right up.
They had to attach a few pieces that it fall off. Oh yeah, David. Sorry.
It's like that Honda Civic that was buried for 25 years.
Change the oil and it starts right up.
Like they literally unburied it. They changed the oil and it started. And then
but there's no money in that, right?
As soon as they started putting computers in cars to say, right, this needs to break now, that was it. Because now, like, my old man's a mechanic, and anytime a car could come in missing a wheel, and his boss would be like, "You need to plug it in first." He's like, "I can see it needs a wheel. No, you need to plug it in first." And then that will give you all the fault codes and everything. It won't tell you it's missing a wheel. And that's the joy of modern cars now. As Cortez, you must know all too well.
I was going to say, being in that realm, I can say, but if you tune a car the wrong way, you can tune it to break. So, for example, if I wanted to cause you to need a new fuel filtration system, or if I wanted the motor to burn a little hotter so I can do motor work, I would tune your car to run rich. So there's more fuel that's getting dumped into each cylinder every time that you press the gas. So that way, you're gonna end up with a multi-$1,000 replacement if I'm that type of person. So you can tune cars to backfire all the time, where you might say, I don't know what's wrong with my exhaust system. It keeps backfiring. Yeah, it's because I tuned it to put too much power towards that end. And so you're gonna go up to like third gear, even in an automatic car, it's gonna go pop pop. You're gonna be like, oh, I need some work on the car. Yeah, you're gonna be like $1,500 for me to work on your car and hook it up. All I'm really doing is paying attention.
Yeah, it's like if you could do that, wouldn't it be a good idea if you start by programming one of your cars to, I don't know, run?
My car runs fine. What are you talking about?
I knew it was coming. I knew because somebody in this podcast doesn't drive he doesn't believe in cars. He thinks cars are two motorcycles duct taped together. So he can't be bothered with cars.
But the thing is, you can see whilst Cortez was doing that speech,
he was gearing up.
Charton was sitting there polishing up his Negan bat, ready to.
Right, I'm like, I've been driving the car for a long time now. It runs just fine.
But it's okay.
We got you on Facebook, dude. Like, what the fuck? It's like there's no secret. It's like your cars fucking break down like fucking constantly.
My cars break down because I take them apart. That's why.
If you need a mechanic, if you need a mechanic that will make your car break down, email us at Cortez@thebitpodcast.
Let me explain this. For those of you who don't know, I also race cars. And what happens when you race cars? Things break. So for me, especially cars that are designed to lose weight, so to say, you take out things that aren't necessarily something that you're going to be using on the track. And a lot of those things you don't necessarily need day to day, whether it be sound deadening, things like carpet, or all the plastic
steering wheel.
Well, yeah, you get a different steering wheel because the steering wheel they give you is like 10 pounds. So you get one that's like 2 pounds. Every little pound counts.
To be fair, Cortez, your car is more of a metal roller skate than a car.
I would liken it to go-kart status.
I think the only way to actually solve this is we have to find 4 lemons in like Wyoming and do a bin podcast Top Gear episode.
That would be hilarious.
I've been waiting for this to do an episode for a long time from my personal channel. Problem is, it's really hard to get people together to do those types of episodes because people get squeamish.
I can imagine.
Like if you said,
Jartan was going up in an old Volvo.
all of the people that are watching, whether you be a enthusiast or you be a person that aspires in politics, we would like to continue doing content that's not just related to one section. We don't want to keep giving you the same stuff over and over again because we're a bunch of guys that are involved in a lot of things. For me, I would love to say that if you guys want to see us do an episode of that, where we do something like, I'm just throwing numbers out there, so don't quote me. We'd say, okay, we're going to give you each $3,000.
Quoted.
Buy a car for $3,000 or less. And the person who buys the best car,
Elon, you're here.
Elon, send a couple of Teslas.
So who finds the best car for $3,000, and we put it through a battery of tests, we take it to a mechanic, and then we drive few hundred or 1,000 miles to another state or something.
David.
And we try to figure out.
David McInnes, do me a favor. Take this fucking episode, link it with the timestamp to fucking Elon. Do me that solid. IQ, I'm looking at you. K, I'm looking at you. Send this shit to Elon. Let's see if he'll send us some Teslas so that we can have a proper Top Gear episode.
Charton, when I'm over, should we do some ice drifting?
Elon, if you want to win me over,
end of October. Where the fuck do you think I live? The fucking North Pole, mate.
I mean, if you want to win me over, Elon, I would love to have a actual 2-seater beautiful Tesla race car, if there is such a thing. So if it's viable to make happen, I mean, I challenge you. You're the genius, right?
Oh, I'm playing to his insecurities.
For those of you who don't know, is that Wayne is actually coming over here in, what is it now?
Just under a month. Just under a month.
Yeah. And we're going to do an episode in this room together. And I got some shit planned. We are going to take a bit of a road trip in Mitsubishi Evo Type 4 with about 550 horsepower.
I'll get that shit sideways. Because we drive on the same side of the road.
4-wheel drive, mate. It's 4-wheel drive. It's an Evo.
You're not drifting in an Evo.
You can drift in an Evo.
It's got grip for days, man.
This is not the Fast and the Furious, okay? You can only drift in an Evo if you remove the all-wheel drive.
It's a 60-40. It's a 60-40 distribution, isn't it?
No.
Well, it's not 50-50. It's got to be 60-40.
Evos do cyclones because they have all-wheel drive. So you don't necessarily drift an Evo. They're good for rally. How they did the drift scenes in Tokyo Drift was they removed the front wheels drivetrain. So there's just 2 rolling wheels and not 4.
So just disconnect the drivetrain for Wayne. That's all he's asking. Just disconnect it.
Yeah. Just let me go sideways.
It'll probably cost you a bunch of money in another tune, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be out of the country in a week.
Wayne, however we look at it, we know that this is going to go sideways at some point or another.
The conversation
every week.
The conversation will go sideways way before the car will.
You're at an advantage because you do drive on the other side of the road, and the cars that I'm interested in purchasing happen to be in Japan, but they're all for right-hand drive, which is fine. I've driven right-hand drive before, but it's not necessarily practical with how America is made. I'm talking about mostly drive-throughs and things like that. It's not necessarily practical for a right-hand drive car. It's possible. People do it all the time here. I would love to import one, but I just can't get over the fact that I don't really like being on the right side of the car, even when I'm driving.
Dude, so just go through the drive-through backwards.
Yeah, see, that's a lot more complicated than you think it is.
Or get a passenger.
And we have done it. But it's a lot more complicated than you think.
Just reverse that bitch all the way through the drive-through, order, back up some more, pay, back up some more, grab your food.
Yeah, like we have to talk about this shit because the only fucking country in the whole fucking world that has actually have signs that said no back-in parking is your fucking country. Well, fuck.
It's only for certain things, and it's only for angled parking because it's moronic and people shouldn't do it. If you like the whole if you're at like a grocery if you're at it's mostly like shopping centers and like grocery stores where you need to get to your fucking trunk. You got to get into the, what do you call the trunk? The boot. Yeah, you got to get into the boot, right? So if you back into the spot, How are you going to get your fucking entire grocery cart full of fucking groceries into the trunk?
Let me time out real quick. If you call the trunk the boot,
Oh, here we go.
and then you put on the things that you swim with, are you putting on boots
The things
or
that you swim with?
trunks?
Swim boots.
Are you
Are you
talking
putting
about
on
swimming
boots?
trunks? Oh, they're two different things, man. Oh my
Don't get them started on cups.
god.
Cups, yeah.
But
Cups.
Right.
but anyway,
Okay, so
What are you
yeah.
on
you've got
about?
you've got a bonnet.
Pause. Mikey,
Listen,
please
listen,
continue.
listen. You've got a bonnet and you've got the boot. The bonnet is the top, either the head. The boot is the back, the feet.
Is that because you guys fucking tumble all of your shit into the fucking ravines next to your shitty roads? Is that why you named it the fucking bonnet and the fucking boot? Hey, don't talk about my Mitsubishi. I just
Hey, these
I just washed it
These
today.
guys' idea was open sewer of like crap running down the streets. And so
Is it because all the British cars end up like this? And that's the only way, that's why they started naming them that, where it's the bonnet and the boot. You can't have your car being, horizontal to the ground. Because that would be.
when was the last great? Because you have BMW, but that's not necessarily British.
No, it's
It's
German.
German.
It's just a fucking.
German.
Bavarian Motor Works.
Bavarian, yeah.
Right. What do you have as Brits?
Jaguar, Aston Martin, Range Rover, Land Rover.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking name it, mate.
Would you name a
TVR.
car that doesn't suck?
Yeah, those are all very heavy and slow.
Yeah,
But Aston
Bentley.
Martins, Bentley.
Bentley.
You're telling me
Yeah,
Bentley and
Rolls
Aston,
Royce.
Bentley's, Aston, and Martins, they're not heavy cars?
Bentleys, but Aston Martins, no.
Aston. Okay, aside from like the DB series, Aston Martin suck.
Okay, I wouldn't mind having one.
Yeah, it's like saying like, except for the M series, all BMWs suck.
Hey, I could drive a 330i.
Hang on a minute. Let's look at I don't know, a Hellcat. Can that go around corners? No.
No.
No, but that's just because the suspension is built from all fucking light poles, man.
All the light poles that the previous Hellcats destroyed. They just bring them back to the plant and then just grind them up.
I think it's a rite
Well,
of
wait,
passage, isn't it? You have to go through a light pole to get a new car.
I'm not defending the Hellcat, but the C8 Corvette is a monster amongst vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
They can do
it's
any.
not legal in Europe.
No, it's not legal in Europe. The C8 is
Too
not
much
legal,
fun.
and they barely legalized the C7.
Yeah, it's because they put fins on the front fucking spoiler that fucking cuts your feet off if you get within 2 feet of it.
Well, get away.
What's wrong with that?
Back
What's wrong
up.
with that?
We're in a pandemic. You need to be 2 meters away anyway.
We did get away from it. We banned it.
Yeah.
I'm still asking. Aside from the DB series, they don't even talk about Jaguar because, or as Jeremy Clark says it,
Mini.
Jaguar.
The Mini.
I do like
Aside
minis.
from that, what do they make?
Range Rovers.
Range Rovers suck ass too.
Heavy.
Rusty.
So you've already got a preconceived idea. So there's not really any point carrying on down this road.
what idiot decides to make electrical casings for electrical wires out of soy products, knowing that rats will smell them and eat them? And that's exactly what happened on those cars.
This is a really specialist kind of subject you're going
Yeah,
to.
this is like no. Like
You haven't gotten into car talk
you
before.
can't fucking go there. All right. So the best 4x4 by far is a Range Rover, right? We can all agree on that.
Land Rover Discovery.
It's a Jeep.
Land Rover Discovery.
A
No,
Jeep?
it's a Jeep. Yes.
Fucking moved to San Francisco. He's like the third favorite car of the gay population. What the fuck
Oh,
are you
and
on
we've
about?
got our Clarkson. I was trying to figure out who would
Yeah.
play each role. And Charton is definitely Clarkson.
She's gonna say a Range Rover.
got a Jeep. I know.
Let me ask you a question. If you happen to break something on a Range Rover, on average, how much extra do you think it would cost you to get the exact same performance and more comfort from a Jeep?
Like
I don't know.
you can't. You like no.
Talking about thousands of dollars more.
This is
or
a
a Range Rover.
conversational
No,
cul-de-sac.
no. Like a Jeep isn't comfortable. You even got those like what was a new like fucking
You ever
performance
ran
model
and
that came
rode
out
in a Grand
at one
Sports?
corner? No, and as soon as you fucking take it out in the mud, the whole fucking limp home system goes in because the fucking 4-wheel drive system is absolute fucking shite.
We got military Jeeps from 1942 still being driven every day with 800,000
Yeah,
miles.
they're really comfortable, dude.
What
So,
Range Rover?
Mikey, how's the weather?
I was just gonna say that the Touareg is probably the best 4-wheel drive thing, and that's because the
It-
Germans built
it
it,
is
and they're
awesome.
fucking insane, and they made a really great car,
The
truck.
Touareg is awesome, by the way. I'm agreeing 100%.
No,
Also,
when you
Wayne,
buy- no,
Mini
but
is
like,
made by BMW.
All right,
So get out of
when
here
you buy a car, when you buy
Mini,
a
Mini
car,
was bought out by
when you-
BMW.
yeah, but when you
Yeah.
buy a car,
for a long time ago.
yeah, fucking Rolls Royce is owned by Volkswagen.
Yeah, as is
but here-
Lamborghini.
And Audi too.
Yeah.
You're talking about the dozen Rolls Royce?
No, but like,
You got
When you
like
buy a
8,000 miles to drive a Rolls Royce before
Okay.
am I
it breaks.
talking? Or am I
Okay,
just
hold
a
on.
fucking moving head? When you buy a car, you buy it for a purpose, right? You buy it because you're a family man, or you want to go off road, or you live in fucking Essex, and sometimes there's leaving the road, so you need 4x4.
To drive through the squalor.
Yeah, it's just puddles of fake tan everywhere.
There's just there's heaps of fucking
good
vocal
cars.
harmony groups all over the place. You gotta fucking.
Oh, here we go. Here we
It's
go.
like in Essex, they literally have zombies, and you have to drive through them. They're used to it.
So, thanks everybody for tuning in to the podcast. I have been Wayne
Car
Maker.
edition 2020. Oh, fucking hell.
Why
right.
did this turn into a car cock measuring contest?
Because Brenda's not here for 2 weeks in a row, and we reverted to our natural state. It was bound to happen.
It's true.
It was.
We haven't talked about cars in ever, I don't think. And we're on episode
months.
35. Look at
Yeah,
that.
but how embarrassing is it for you that the only one who's actually got an American vehicle is a Norwegian living in Sweden?
I also have
Hey,
an
I
American
a Jeep.
vehicle.
No, you
I
have
have
a
a Jeep.
VCB.
I have a Ford
That's an
too.
American vehicle.
You have a Ford?
My girl drives a Focus.
Mike's car was built by
Or was it not
it was
accident?
built by Chrysler.
Yeah, it's Chrysler built. Mitsubishi and Chrysler had a little.
Yeah, we've got a
Yeah.
Ford Focus.
It's called Diamond Star Motors. They
Right.
built Dodge, Jeep.
So let's do this. We're gonna wrap up for this. We've been tap dancing around a certain issue because we want to do another town hall. And it will probably start in about 45 minutes, maybe half an hour, depending on how quickly I can get everything set up. We're gonna do a town hall about Breonna Taylor and the indictments and all that lot. So we weren't ignoring it. It did not go unnoticed, but we wanted to get a regular show out and then open it up to the community, and everybody can jump in for that. And that'll probably be starting here in the next few minutes. So any final words, gentlemen?
Wayne's a cunt.
Seconded.
Seconded. All right. We will see all of you guys very soon. This has been the Bin Podcast. I'm Mikey Famine. And for Charton Ray and Soul Reaper 2 for Shay Cortez and Wayne Maker and Brenna. See you on the other side, guys.
Peace.